and it's going. It's going. Yes. Hey. It's going. How are you, Liz Rossilli?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing
Excellent.
well. How about you?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. We didn't see last week, and I missed last 2 weeks ago. So it's been a month.
I know. I
Are
was
you?
trying to think before the call, like, what's happened in the last month? I mean, yeah,
Wow.
time flies.
Time flies when you're, in this case, when you're not having fun because I didn't see you. But
Yeah,
how are you doing, my dear? How's
I'm
everything
doing
going?
great. Yeah. Just staying busy and just trying to keep the course and yeah, and just I've said it now for a couple days, but I am launching this week. So I feel like I've been saying that for 2 months, but I am
It's okay.
actually doing it this week. So
Yeah.
so I'm launching Sales Savvy this week and have my email done, have my post done. I'm gonna do a video with like just a regular video, but then I'm going to do an official video at Jenny Midgley's
Studio.
studio. Yep. And so I'm excited for it all.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes.
Congrats.
And we always talk about, like promo products and our shirts, and I had business cards made. I have my Sales Savvy business card,
Mm-hmm.
and then here's the inside, and then the back, and they're just like, they just feel really like they feel nice. And I got to hand them out at a networking event last night for the first time. And like, just when you like, I love this card. Like, I think it came out really nice. And so I was so excited to hand it out. And it just makes a difference when you're just like, oh yeah, here's my normal card. But I can be like, oh, look at my new card, look at my picture. And so I think those things like just add to your passion. And when you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, that's a really nice card, those are all those little details that make a difference.
Correct. And when you were saying that, all I was hearing was it just increases your confidence in your time and your effort, your investment in your business. Right. And I like that. I like the card. I love how it opens up and gives you the three value propositions, I would say, right? Consistent clients. What was the other two? What were the other two?
Build genuine relationships and sell with confidence.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And I will tell you too, if you do a fold, this I learned from Annie Franceschi, that if you do a folded over card and you go to a networking event where you put it in the fishbowl and they pull out, you always win if you have a folded card. I always win because I have them for Genuity. I have a folded card too, and because your card kind of sticks up, so when they're in the bowl, they always grab your card. So if you want to win the raffle and the door prizes, do a folded card.
Selling success. That's what we're telling you. You didn't hear it anywhere else. Well, on my end, I'm on the fourth book. You're my accountability partner in this. I hadn't sent you one for a while, and I thought, oh man, I gotta send it to her before I get a call or I get someone knocking on my door. And I added 2,000 pages, wow, 2,000 words yesterday. Truly went out. And so looking at the trend, it's always, I think it's 20 entries in my log that completes a book. So it's roughly 22 hours of writing that completes a book. So I'm at 10 hours or 10 entries now, and I'm excited that I'm halfway through. So to all of you out there, and just what you said just now, in because I've been sitting on the sidelines watching you work on this business, Sales Savvy. I think from conception, right,
Mhm.
to now, and seeing you put those hours in. So it's 1 hour, it's two, it's four. Rome wasn't built in one day. The thing that you're attempting to build out there, don't be discouraged when you go for 1 hour and you don't see anything. No, the needle isn't moving. Keep
Mhm.
putting your hours in, keep putting your hours in, and books will be written, businesses with folding cards will be created, so just be encouraged. Be
Mhm.
encouraged. What else
I,
is, go
I
ahead.
have, yeah, I don't know because, like I said, I can't remember the last time we spoke. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I told you I had my first with my client. I had my first one-on-one after she finished my first module that I
Okay.
had done.
No, we did
And
not.
I was nervous, because here it is. I put it out there. I did a video to go along with it, with the module, and then we talked about it. And I was just, you don't know if this is what they were expecting, or if they're gonna connect with it, and if it's good enough for them.
True.
That's always like, you always are hesitant to do it because you don't want it to not live up to what you think it should be. And
Right.
so I was nervous. And she's a financial advisor and has had years of training with Merrill Lynch and all these big companies. And I'm like, who am I to now like give her training, like after all these. Oh my God, I was so nervous to meet with
Uh-huh.
her. And she started the call by telling me how much she loved the module,
Wow.
and
Wow.
how relatable I was, and how she really appreciated that I was down to earth, and that my video was so relaxed and so direct, and not trying to be something that I wasn't. And I mean, she just went on and on, just like raving about it, and it was just amazing. Like, it was just such a great feeling, and once again made me feel like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. And when you're gonna send that video over and you're like, oh God, like, it's so scary,
Yes.
and yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you too. That
you,
was amazing.
you, when you were saying that, you I am I'm thinking about, so two things. So I will go with the prepare for just in case, right? Just in case. And I'm not trying to water your fire, right? But it's, you went to your ideal client.
Hmm.
Your ideal client will suck it up and enjoy it.
Hmm.
Now, there may be somebody else who would watch the video who is not your ideal client, who would think they are, and
Yeah.
when they come and engage and go, this doesn't work, that should not deter you
Right.
from continuing from doing, because there are so many more of this Merrill Lynch advisor lady out there, that this one or two persons who would come and watch it and say, I didn't get anything. Don't be deterred by it. In fact, you already know.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just, shut it down and you keep on going. The second one is, you were yourself.
Hmm.
You were yourself. You didn't come in with um ladies and gentlemen, I've had 500 years of doing this, and stiff, something stuck up,
Hmm.
you came in and you were relatable. And it's what most people that we see out there who are putting content,
Hmm.
they are being themselves. The successful ones. The
Yeah.
copycats are copycats. People go and watch them and go, copycat, not even going there. Right. So keep on doing what you're doing, Liz. Keep on
Yep.
doing what you're doing, because the world needs it.
Hmm. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
world needs it. What is that program you do? BIG. It's
Big. Believe, inspire, grow. Yeah.
That's it. So every time, every time I see you, and that dog loves big, he said, yeah. And that's what we do with people who are watching. You may hear my daughter coming and say, Daddy, Dad. I'm like, yeah, okay, good. And I'm gonna come back because that's life.
Yeah.
Believe, inspire, grow. I think you had written something on LinkedIn the other day, and when I read it, and I thought about your business and everything that was going on in your life in this season pertaining to your professional life. And
Mm.
I'm just believing that you are in the process of doing big things, making people believe in themselves, inspiring people and growing people. And in the process of doing that for others, you're doing it for yourself. Right. So just oof. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Thank you, and yeah, I spoke for another Believe, Inspire, Grow group last week while I was on vacation at the beach.
Okay.
I locked up in a small bedroom and did a presentation, but even just that, like the feedback, like the nuggets that people get out of it. Like someone responded on Facebook later and just said, I took that tip that you gave me and I kind of transfer it into her business and just how it, and then she went and I was talking about voicemail, about how you can leave a voicemail and make it into a story instead of just saying, hi, it's Liz calling you again, checking in. Like,
Correct.
leave like a success story on your voice, like when you have to leave a voicemail, and make it interesting and just say, okay, I'm going to call you back next week. I'm going to keep calling you pretty much until you tell me not to. So if you don't want me to call you, call me back. But she used that idea of doing a story for a message that she had to leave for her customers, and she liked that idea. So yeah.
So the story is when you say a success story, I'm getting so by saying I'm going to keep calling you, is that the story?
No,
Okay,
so you kind of
give an
have
example. Give an example
so
to our viewers.
So you kind of, if you're doing your outreach and you say, I'm going to call people, and I would say probably 4 out of 5 times you're going to get a voicemail if they don't know you, right? If you're calling for the first time. And so instead of just saying, hi, it's Liz, I'm calling to just tell you blah, 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 about my business, you call and say, you have prepared a little success story. Hey, there's other businesses like yours. I just want to tell you that this was something that happened that I think you might be interested in. And then you have 4 or 5 of them written out, and you just, say, okay, I'm on call number 2 with this person. They get story number 2. And you just leave them a little story instead of just leaving the boring voicemail, and say, if this is something that you think you'd be interested in, let me know. And if, and I'm sending you an email with my contact information, and I'll be reaching back out to you next week.
Wow.
So,
Maximizing every touch point.
Yeah. But instead of like you dreading the voicemail, you actually look forward to it, because it's like a 30-second uninterrupted advertisement for your business. Like, think of it as like the trailer, or like a movie trailer, or what. You can have it be anything you want, and no one's going to interrupt you. So look at it as like, yes, I get to leave another voicemail.
I love that. I like that. I like that. That's
turn it into a positive.
That's an excellent nugget. That's an excellent nugget. I've never thought about that. It's always the boring, hi, this is John, and I'm calling because I want to tell you about my business, and
and you didn't answer the phone, so
yeah,
now I have to leave a voicemail.
Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Goodbye. I think the beginning of listening to that, it's a delete, ring, and go to the next one, right? Unlike, hi, this is Wulwyn Porte. I missed you again, but let me tell you a quick story.
Yeah, about a business similar, this. Correct. I thought of you because I just had this great success with another client who's in the same industry, or something.
That's some savvy. That is some savvy, sales savvy and selling success.
Yeah.
How how did, I know we haven't spoken for a while, and hey, this is our show. We can talk on whatever we want to talk. How did the tent, the camping go?
Oh my God, she loved it. She came home and she loved it. I mean, she had one breakdown while she was there, like the second night, tired and just they made pizzas and she spilled it all over her or something, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of sent her over the edge. But she had one of her best friends in her group with her, and they kind of were miserable together and were there for
It
each other.
loves
But
company.
yeah, but they had this giant pack on every day and had to wear it and hike for 4 miles every day and
Hmm.
then sleep on a tarp with like no tent. And she told me all about what happens when you have to go to the bathroom and, and they have to carry all their food. They had to filter their own water from the stream. And I mean, like, yeah. And I mean, she doesn't want to go back right now,
Correct.
but she wrote in her journal every night. She, took pictures. She had a great time. So yeah.
Yes.
So
You a lot. See how you told your during the big event, and the person translated it to their business.
mhm.
The things that happen in our lives, the believe it, that would be one of her defining moments in life, that she will translate into when she's trying to give up on something, that she would say, if I could sleep on a tarp, if I could do X. So I'll there's a story there for me. Thanks for bringing that up. I went through the war in Liberia, and there were days where we ate maybe once. So if you want to diet, hey, get in war, and see how you can slim down in a quick second. Uh, Bad joke, but anyway, we I remember it was whatever that was on the plate. It could have been just straight up rice, which was never just straight up rice. We had some soup or something to put on top of it, but it didn't have all hmm, the chicken and the meats and the fish. It was vegetables that were grown or whatever that was available. And it wasn't always salt. There wasn't, seasonings. So we went this weekend to my niece's graduation, graduated in Maryland. So we get there and we are eating, and the food isn't the best. Meaning the caterer who went there, there were certain things she missed, and my kids were, this is and I'm looking at them and I'm looking at them, and I looked and I looked and I said, wow. It didn't click to me until I got home. I was in the garage going to get something from the refrigerator, and I opened it, and I was about to pick up a dish, and I said, I see why I didn't quarrel, because I always go back and be thankful. When I see food in my plate, I go, if I had this during the war, would I see this as a king's feast, or would I see it as, bleh? I said, oh man, I would see it as a king's feast, and I
Mhm.
would eat it. Not saying that I will go and eat the worst thing around here, because it's not the worst.
Right.
I will still have preference because there are choices, but I still am grateful. So the storyline that she has of sleeping on a tarp and going and filtering their own water, and having the highs and the lows, trust me, that thing is going to carry her. Because in 21st century in America, where does a female or even a male living in the suburbs with the AC on have that kind of experience?
Right.
They don't.
Right. Right. And I think it also taught her that she's stronger than she thinks she is. And she thought her thing was, I just don't want to be the weakest
The
link.
weakest
Like, I
link.
don't want to be the one at the end that needs the help. She just and so she had to prove to herself too that she could
Yes.
do it. And but I think she realizes she's much stronger than she thinks she is, you know.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it is such a great experience. I mean,
It
she
is.
came home with great stories and bonding and, you know, just, but she's happy to be home.
How long did she stay out there?
Like, they went, I think, like 4 or 5 nights. So
Interesting.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would have been home in the second night. I'm going home to my soft mattress.
Yeah, no, she said one night she woke up, they were sleeping on like a hill, and her friend was like down off the tarp, like in a pile of leaves, all curled up, like sound asleep in her sleeping bag, and Emma had to go like pull her back up the hill, and you know, she didn't even know how she got down there. And
Oh,
so
see?
anyway, they had some really funny stories like that, you know.
That's
So
excellent. That's
yeah.
excellent.
So I have a challenge for you today.
Go ahead. I was
Okay.
about to ask something from you. Go ahead.
So, okay, so my challenge is I was thinking about, you know, we've talked before about like who's your best customers and how do you get those great customers?
Mhm.
And I think everyone will agree that the easiest customer or the best customer to get is someone that has been referred to you by someone
Mhm.
else. And we tend to forget to ask for the referrals.
Correct.
And so my challenge to you is to ask 3 people for referrals and send them either an email or a phone call or whatever you want to do, 3 people, and send them like the blurb on what you want them, make it easy for them. You send them the blurb of what you want them to say or what you want them
Mhm.
to send, and ask them, you know, is there, and I like to word it like, do you know anyone like you who might be able to benefit from my services, so that they
Mhm.
can think of who do I know that could use Wulwyn services.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
ask for, you need to ask for three different people for referrals.
Okay. I'm gamed, and I'm writing it down in the YouTube on the YouTube's page as a comment for others.
Mhm.
All righty.
But I think that we all know that that's like, if you can get referrals, if someone says, oh, so and so told me that I should call you, or you know,
Yes.
or you get that introduction, even more than an introduction, a referral where someone said you need to contact Will when he can help
Correct.
you.
That's a nice hot lead.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. So what's your, I know I was about to ask you what's your billism, but you came with that. So how do you want to close this one?
Okay, so I'm reading a new book. I took a break from my personal development because I was feeling overwhelmed with too much personal development. But
Uh-huh.
I have now picked up Atomic Habits. Have you read Atomic Habits?
No, I have not.
So it's about building how to build good habits, and how we all have habits, and some of them are bad and some of them are good. But
Mm-hmm.
Atomic Habits is about, instead of saying I'm going to change this habit, or I'm going to start every day, I want to, you know, I want to drink more water, or I want to work out every day, or I want to lose weight, or you know, I want to be more organized. You have to, you dig deeper, and this is what the book talks about. But you find the identity of that habit, of who that is you want to be. So for example, if you want to lose weight, you say, you know, you picture yourself as a healthy person,
Mm,
instead of saying I have to lose weight. You, or if you're a smoker, instead of saying I want to quit smoking, you say I'm not a smoker, you know.
gotcha.
Or I'm an organized person, or I'm a writer, you know, you say I'm a writer. And instead of saying I have to write every day, you say I'm a writer. And then what you do is, all the decisions you make through the day, you say, is this what a healthy person would do?
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
I did it one
Wow.
day when I was on vacation. And every time I went to eat something, I said, is this what a healthy person would eat? It's crazy how it works, because you have to make a decision, and you don't just, you think
Yes.
about it, and you know, and if you write every day, you are a writer, you know.
Mm,
It's just about making these habits, and the book goes through, and I bought it, but now I'm listening to it, and I like it. I think it's a good book. But Atomic Habits.
I like that. I like that. I think it makes you intentional. What I'm
Mhm.
hearing, just be intentional about your day.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, y'all. Successful people. Thank you so much for joining us for another quick 30 minutes that we came on here. Liz, good seeing you. See you in
Yeah.
2 weeks.